are going to go through our bulk beef share Q&A tonight.
We are here to answer your questions, so go ahead and drop them in the chat.
So we know that buying in bulk can sometimes be really intimidating, especially if you haven't ever done it before.
But you can save so much money by committing to buying a quarter or a half cow.
So we start taking deposits for these in the beginning of January, and then we schedule all of our butcher dates out, usually throughout the summer and into the fall.
We're just going to talk and answer any questions you have, so go ahead and ask away.
All right, I'm going to see if anybody has hopped on here. I'm new to this. I don't know where the comments will appear. What is the featured? I'm new to Facebook. Apparently, I don't know where everything's at. Do you see? Did they appear right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so if nobody's hopped on yet, we are going to go over some commonly asked questions that we often get asked at the farmer's market or just via email that are asked all the time. So what's our first question that we normally get asked, Josh?
Freezer space. So people want to know how much freezer space they will need when they order bulk. So if they order a quarter or a half, will it fit in the freezer at home?
And the answer to that is that a quarter beef will fit into about 5 to 6 cubic foot freezer, and then a half is about 10 to 12, so twice that much. We also get asked how many pounds of beef do you get? Like when I order a quarter from you, how much am I going to expect to put in my freezer?
Right. So with a quarter beef, you get 50 pounds of ground.
Yep.
And then 50 pounds of various other cuts, steaks, roasts, and so forth. And with a half, you get 100 pounds of ground beef, and then 100 pounds of your steaks and roasts.
We often get asked, when do I get charged the remaining balance? So we take a deposit when you book with us, and that usually starts happening in January, February time. And then the deposit's due then, but we actually charge your card online on your scheduled butcher date. So we'll be in close contact with you throughout that whole process, and we'll let you know when your butcher date is and when you can expect that charge to come out of your account. What else do we get asked, Josh?
Cutting instructions. Can I do my own cutting instructions?
No.
We try to simplify it for you. So a lot of people have never worked with a butcher or filled out cutting instructions, and it's very intimidating the first time you do it. So we try to make it easy for our customers. We do it all for you based on the most popular cuts of meat. We just try to streamline it and make it simple.
So I'm going to go over a couple of the different cuts that we do have in our standard cutting instructions. So I'm going to go over what is included in a quarter, but if you were to get a half, it would be twice that number. So in a quarter beef, you're going to expect to get 2 packs of shank, which is a lesser known cut, but it's really good for things that are going to be slow cooked, like stew or vegetable soup, anything that you're going to slow cook in liquid. Make sure there's water in it. Then we also have 2 packs of stew meat. Again, a slow cooking type meat. And then there's the favorites. We have 4 packs of ribeye steak. Those do come standard as boneless cuts. You get 1 brisket. And what roasts do we get, Josh?
We get 1 arm roast, 4 chuck roasts, 1 pack sirloin tip roast, 2 pack of sirloin steaks.
And then we get into the steaks again.
Yes.
Yep, we get 2 packs of sirloin steaks, 4 fillets, 5 New York strips, and I know we wish that a whole cow could be ribeyes and fillets, but unfortunately we haven't figured out how to do that yet.
We haven't been asked that before. Can I turn my ground beef into steaks? And the answer is no.
No, you can't.
You cannot. I wish you could, but you cannot.
You also get 2 rump roasts, which I found is really great as barbecued pulled beef sandwiches. That's my new favorite thing, is to put it in the Instapot and let it cook and then pull it apart and barbecue it. It is the best.
And taco meat.
Yes, that's my new favorite.
Tacos too, very good.
Yep, I got he got me a pressure cooker for Christmas, and I'm absolutely loving all the things I can do with it. We also get 2 packs of individual cube steak, and those are pre-tenderized, so a lot of people will use that to make baked steak or chicken fried steak. And then last but not least, we get how many pounds of ground?
50 pounds of ground beef. And all this information is available on our website under the bulk beef shares. You can read exactly what you're getting.
I did put the link. I think it worked. I'm not sure. I'm new to the whole Facebook Live thing because I don't know. I guess I'm old. But you should be able to click on the link and it should show up and take you exactly to where you can order the bulk beef. All right. What are some other questions we normally get asked? Do I pick up the beef at the processor?
No, you do not. So again, with the cutting instructions, we try to make this as easiest and most convenient to our customers. So as soon as your animal is done and ready for pickup, we pick it up at the processor and put it in our freezers, and we will contact you and schedule a pickup date for you to come to our farm and pick up your meat.
And that's a great way for you to come out and visit our farm and get to know where your food's raised. You can look at the animals out in the pasture
Bring
and
the kids.
ask us any questions you might have.
What else we got?
Do I pay you and the processor?
No. Again, you don't deal with the processor at all. We take that equation, or take that completely out of the equation for you, and we deal with all of that. And you do not have to pay him. You do not deal with them. You just deal with us and pay us.
We often get asked so many questions about so many other farmers. You know, they do by the hanging weight. That's another question we get asked.
We do not do by the hanging weight. We have a set weight that we charge by.
We pretty much know what our animals are going to be now.
Yes. And you get the same amount of meat.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep. How many steaks do I get? I kind of went over that already.
You can hit it again.
But you are going to get for.
Give me the half one.
You want to do a half one? All right.
So with the half for steaks, you are going to get 6 sirloin steaks, 6 fillets, 7 New York strips.
You do sirloin?
I did sirloin?
All right.
Yeah. Sirloin, tip
Awesome.
roast. Yep.
Yep, not the sirloin.
Yep.
That's different.
That's a roast.
We also get asked, do you vaccinate? And we do not vaccinate any of our animals. And the reason behind that is because we have very healthy pastures with very healthy animals.
Yep.
And we really don't have much problem with disease on our
Not any
farm.
problem.
We don't have any problem with disease. So that's why we don't need to vaccinate and we don't want that in our meat.
Not one bit.
So, also, what are they fed? What are our animals fed, Josh?
Grass. Let's keep it simple. Legumes, pasture mix. They're not fed any grain. So they eat off of pastures all year long. We will bale our pastures, and through the winter time they'll eat silage bales, hay bales. And no, they're never fed any grain, any way, shape, or form.
What is a silage bale?
Silage bale is hay that is baled up when it's still wet. It keeps the nutrients in better. So when you unwrap it, it's just wet green pasture.
And is that more nutritious for the animals that way?
Very much so.
All right. And healthier animals make for healthier meat, which makes for healthier people.
Better tasting meat.
Yes. Anything else? Do you guys have any questions? I see
Who
we
else
had
watching? We have viewers.
3 people. We had 4 earlier.
I see Beth. Hi,
Hi,
Beth.
Beth. Can you click on that?
There we go.
There we go. Allow viewers to request to join. We can't see anybody but my friends.
All we can see is Beth.
Yep. I guess
Oh.
I can't see people that aren't my
The other
friends.
2 that are watching, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments now, and we will try to answer them.
We're gonna stay on here for a few more minutes and see if anybody has any questions about our bulk beef chairs. The deadline, we do have a deadline, so we like to try to plan our production, and know how many animals we have going. Oh, my
Oh,
dad's watching.
hi,
Hi,
Ken.
Dad.
Do you have any questions on bulk beef, Ken?
We normally try to plan our production into the summer so that we know how many of those animals are already pre-sold. So our deadline, we're asking that you let us know with a deposit by tomorrow is the goal.
End of the month.
Yep.
Tomorrow. Want to go over deposits?
Yeah, how does that work, and what are our deposits? So for a quarter beef, they're gonna put down how much up front?
Where's the paper? Quarter beef is a $300 deposit up front.
And a half a beef
Is
is
500.
Yep. And the remaining balance is not due until your butcher date. So even though you put your deposit down now in January, our butcher dates right now are May, June, July, August, and September, I believe. So, and you can also specify, like, if you know you're gonna get a freezer in a couple months and you just don't have room for it in May, you can also specify what month you want your butcher date in.
Mm-hmm.
We can work around that pretty easily.
Definitely.
So. All right. Are there any questions? If there are no other questions, we will hop off of here. And if you have any questions that you think of after the video, you can go ahead and send us an email or message us on Facebook.
Yep. Don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yep, our email is going to be sales@heritagehomesteadfarms.net, and I did post that link exactly to our deposits for the bulk beef in, I think, the comments or the description. I'm not really sure where that shows up, but I tried. So if you don't see it, message me and I'll get it to you. All right, we hope everybody has a good night. We're going to hop off of here and go make sure our kids are still in bed.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.